Yo, this is part 2 of creating the recipe for your mod. So, in the first video, we made a recipe. In this video, we're going to temper that piece of armor that you created a recipe for. I did the runic collar. I already created a recipe. Now I'm going to make a temper recipe so I can upgrade it in the game. You're going to need to find your recipe because you're going to need the, what's it called? The ID of it. So have that window open and put it to the side. Oh, and don't forget, when you get into the creation kit, go to constructible object because that's what we're going to be working on. All right. We have a recipe for our mod. Now we're going to find a recipe that's already in the game and its temper recipe to use as an example. So we're going to go with this one. This is the recipe. Now we're going to find the temper recipe for this armor, Imperial helmet. Temper, so it should say temper armor Imperial helmet. I just saw it. There it is. Okay. Now we're going to go back to this window. Make sure that you're in the constructible object. Now right click and click on new. Okay. So if you see here on the created object, it's the same thing in its temper recipe right there. Armor Imperial helmet. So on the new window that we just made, we're going to have to name it correctly. So name it, well, you can name it whatever you want as long as you know what it is. So I'm going to go with what it's already in the creation kit, how it's already labeled and everything. Temper. So I'm going to name mine Temper Collar Runic. There. Now, created object. So the mod's created object is for the collar is Frey RC collar. So that's what I'm going to find on the created object for my temper. And you look for what yours is. So A, B, C, F, E, F. It's so long. That's what she didn't say. Okay, O. Where's the R? R, O, 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 45. Frenzy, Frey. It's A. There it is. Boom. All right. So now we're going to close this window and this window. We don't need them. Now we can just concentrate on our temper recipe. All right. Workbench keyboard. All right. So this is the, what's it called? Where you're going to go temper your, or upgrade your piece of armor. So it has the default one, which is crafting, smithing, armor table. So that's pretty much the workbench in the game. There it is. You can, mess around and select whatever you want. But for tutorial purposes, default. Crafting, smithing, armor table. Okay, required item list. All right, so here, same thing as your recipe. You can add the same materials or objects, but I'm going to change mine up. So I'm going to go with void salts. And you pick whatever you want. Vampire void. There it is. And new. Right, don't forget that. So right click on this box, required item list, new. And then click new. Boom. And then look for the material or object that you want to choose to upgrade your armor. Okay, I want the ingots. Steel. Oh, I just passed it. There it is. There it is. And I want 2 of them. This one I'll just delete. Okay. Now that you're done choosing your required items, let's go down to the match conditions. Okay. So here we have these 2 functions. So this function right here, I'm not 100% sure what it is because I'm not good at coding. So what this is saying is EPT tempered item is enchanted. It's saying, okay, the piece of armor or weapon is enchanted. The function for it is going to be none. Okay, I don't understand that, but that's what it's saying. It's recognizing that the created object or object that you're tempering is enchanted. So we're going to add it here because, it's part of the game. So go to match conditions in this box, select new. We're going to copy all this exactly and put on here. So you can go over here, double click and see inside. So condition function, you're going to change this to EPT. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So up above. EPT item is enchanted. Oh, look at that. It changes by itself. The parameters change the comparison to that symbol and or. Click on the checkbox or. Okay. All right. Now we're going to put the perk. So has perk arcane blacksmith. So if you, in your game, if you have the perk for the, I think it's called arcane blacksmith. Yeah, so that pretty much tells that you have the perk that you can upgrade your weapon or piece of armor that's already enchanted, and you have this perk in the game. And here, do the same thing. Add it here, right click and new. We're going to double click here to make sure that we have everything inside this window to this window that we are making for our mod. So condition, change it to has perk. Click on invalid, change the perk to arcane blacksmith right there. Okay, comparison, value, and that's it. Okay. This right here. Make sure that this one is above the has perk. Okay. So to put it up, click on it and you click on these 2. What is this called? I don't remember the name, but let's say 2 little arrows. Make sure that this is on top, because if you don't have this on top and you have it like this, the game is not going to recognize the function because you have this function backwards, which makes no sense in the game, and you won't be able to upgrade your armor or weapon. So make sure that this is the first and this is the second. Okay. And okay. Now go back and look for the temper recipe you just created. One, to make sure that it's actually there, you didn't press cancel. Okay, everything looks good. Okay, now we save it. File, save. Now we're going to go in game and test it out. make sure that you have the equipment already in your inventory. Okay, there it is. Regular, I need steel ingots and 1 void salt.
You're someone who can the finest weapons and armor.
Oh, you don't have any steel ingots. So
Don't
poor.
forget to check inside the shop if you need it.
Yeah, I need ingots. Which you don't have. Wasting my time.
You've got take a look.
You don't have ingots either. What the f... What a
Good
waste of
doing
time.
business with you.
Shut up. Okay, let's go find me some void salts.
Let me know if you see anything you like. What do you need, my friend? So you're interested in my potions and ingredients?
No, I'm not. I just want your void salts. There it is.
Come back anytime if you need a remedy.
I don't think so. Alright.
You look rather pale. Could be a
Hopefully... What's his name? Erland Greymane has some steel ingots. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to cut this. I mean, edit.
Got a lot of steel to gods be praised.
Oh, yes. I need 2. Okay, now I need to go back to the workbench. There it is. Moment of truth. Boom! Look at that. We can temper it. The requires. See, there it is. Requires void salts, 2 steel ingots, and craft. Boom! Look at that. Upgradable. So there you go. That's part 2. Done. Yeah, so my AI voice, Barbara, that I made in 11 labs, I ran out of characters. So that's why I'm not using the AI. I'm just using my regular voice. And hopefully you learned something. I'll be making another video probably over the weekend or next week on something else. Yeah, I'm tired. It's 10:43. And this was supposed to be a 5-minute video. All right. See ya.